Hello everyone and welcome to Jawad Soomro Productions. Today we are diving into the world of smart objects, a powerful tool that can revolutionize your editing workflow in Photoshop. Let's get started. What are smart objects? Imagine a container holding all your editing information, like a recipe for your image. Smart objects are like that container, storing adjustments, filters, and effects non-destructively. This means you can edit them later without harming the original image data. How to use smart objects? First of all, launch Photoshop and open the image that you want to edit. I am going to use this duck image for this tutorial. Since this image is a 𝘃𝗵𝗶𝗀 file, Photoshop will display this window for color correction and other adjustments. Let's click Open. By the way, if you are wondering what the heck is 𝘃𝗵𝗶𝗀 file, then I will make separate tutorial to explain 𝘃𝗵𝗀 file formats in details. Once I post the tutorial, I will leave the link on card on top of this video and below in the description. Now, always keep in mind, whenever you open any image in Photoshop, that image layer will always be partially locked. To unlock this layer, simply click on the lock icon. See, the layer is no more locked. Photoshop will automatically rename it to layer 0. Also note that this layer is not a smart object. How to know if the layer is smart object? Well, there are a few simple steps. Number 1. Thumbnail icon. You heard me right. Now, let's convert this layer to smart object. Right-click on the layer in the Layers panel and choose Convert to Smart Object. Look for a small page icon in the lower right corner of the layer thumbnail in the Layers panel. If you don't see this sign on the thumbnail, then it is not a smart object. Number 2. Layer Properties. If you can't find Properties panel in your workspace, then go to Window and then select Properties. This Properties panel is clearly displaying Embedded Smart Object. This shows that your layer is a smart object. If you want to edit its content, click on Edit Content. Photoshop will open a new tab where you can fine-tune the edits within the smart object. Let's close this tab. See the smart object. Let me duplicate this layer. Let's select this smart object and press Ctrl J on keyboard. It will make a copy of currently selected layer. Now, let's rasterize this layer. To do that, right-click on the layer and choose Rasterize Layer. Now, see the difference. This layer is a smart object as it has this page icon on its thumbnail. And this layer is not a smart object. Look at Properties panel. This is Embedded Smart Object. And this one shows no smart object. Number 3. Double-click the layer. Double-clicking a normal layer opens editing options within the Photoshop. Double-clicking a smart object opens the source file it is linked to for separate editing. Number 4. Filter type. On top of this layers panel, you can see this filter type options. When you click on its drop-down menu, you would be able to see these options. Kind will show all types of layers in the layers panel. When you click on smart object, the layer will display only smart object. Let's create some layers. Solid color layer, hue saturation layer, curves layer, levels, and text layer, etc. Now, as I click on these buttons, only those layers are being displayed. If I select none, Photoshop will display all types of layers. Now, when you click on this last button, Filter for Smart Objects, only smart objects will be shown. If you want to learn how to use layers in Adobe Photoshop, the tutorial link is in the card on top of this video and below in the description. Why to use smart objects? To make the comparison clear, I have made two layers. One is a smart object layer and other one is a normal layer. Let's first turn off the visibility of normal layer. Let's select the smart object layer and I'm going to apply blur filter on it. Go to Filter, Blur and choose Gaussian Blur. Let's blur it up to 7 pixels. See, the image has been blurred. Now, let's turn on the visibility of normal layer. Select the normal layer and I'm going to apply same blur filter on it. Now, you need to judge the difference. The normal layer is blur. We cannot remove the blur anymore. For smart object layer, you can see Gaussian blur option below it. You can turn the blur on and off just by clicking on its visibility. You can even adjust its blur settings by double-clicking on this effect. Then, you can change the blur value anytime you want. This is the power of smart objects. Smart objects hold the original properties of the image, no matter how many effects you have applied on it. The edits will be applied non-destructively to your original image. Conclusion: Smart objects are a valuable tool for Photoshop users, offering flexibility, non-destructive editing, and increased efficiency. Take advantage of this superpower and unlock your editing potential. Remember, this is just a quick introduction. Explore further to discover all the possibilities of smart objects. Bonus tip: experiment with nesting smart objects for even more complex and non-destructive edits. Look at this layers panel. As you can see, there are so many layers including smart objects. So, instead of keeping it messy, I can either group these smart objects, or I can select all these smart objects and right-click on it, then convert them to smart object. Hence, it reduces the number of layers without losing the actual data. Thanks for joining me in this Photoshop Smart Objects tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. Keep exploring and learning, and remember, Photoshop is your creative playground. You can email me at 𝘃𝗶𝗱𝗲1988@gmail.com. Follow my Facebook page over here, Jawad Soomro Productions. Follow my Instagram page over here, Jawad Soomro Studios. If you want to see more tutorials like this, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this tutorial, smash that like button and share this video with your friends. If you never want to miss any updates, click that notification bell icon. Now, I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye and take care.